Ashtabula and Lake County. I'm here today back at the Ashtabula County Health Department. But we're here today not to talk about environmental health, but some of the newer programs that they have for health. So can you introduce yourself a little and what you do here?
Yeah, so I am Libby Holden. I am the Epidemiologist and Emergency Preparedness Coordinator here at the Ashtabula County Health Department. So I also work for the Obesity Task Force Committee that is going on here.
Yeah.
So basically we have a community health needs assessment where we look at all of the needs and health problems within Ashtabula County. We work with other partners, so places like hospitals, social services, other departments here in the county, and look at what health needs we have, what resources we have to improve those, and then work to form an improvement plan. And out of that comes priority groups. So one of those is the Obesity and Chronic Disease Task Force, and those are the kind of the programs we're going to talk about
When
today.
was that? So how did that come about? Like the task force, has it been around for a while?
Yeah, so every 3 years we do a cycle with this community health needs assessment. And so we're actually in the process of doing a new health needs assessment right now. So some people, some people in the county may have got some surveys in the mail, doing QR codes, and they get to put their input in. So say if you think that access to care is a problem, that's one of our priority groups. That is always something we're looking to improve in Ashtabula County, or things like obesity, chronic disease, smoking rates. That'll ask very individualized questions for you and your household, or just things that you perceive as being a problem. So from there, then we come up with those priority groups. So so obesity and chronic disease
was
is
one of them. So then they go from there. That's great. So can you tell us a little bit about those programs and kind of how, you're kind of working to promote those?
Yeah, so right now we are working with one of the objectives, which is to get food and physical activity programs going in the county. So we have a Pilates program going, which I'm actually a certified instructor. So through the county, they sent me to get my certification.
That's wonderful.
And I teach those classes here. We're also working with a local yoga studio called Shanti Yoga Love, and they're right here in Jefferson. So they do donation classes here at the health department and then other areas in the county. And then we just started a walking group.
So that's what you were talking about before we got started.
So today is a beautiful day, and we got to do a little walk outside in the community here in Jefferson. So
and do you just go around the community here?
So we meet at Giddings Park at 9 a.m. on Tuesdays, and then go take a walk around outside, and it is quite nice.
Today's
it's
especially
a beautiful
the weather's
day.
starting to get a little warmer. And you mentioned some of the nutrition. So how does that kind of go along too? Are there certain programs you're doing for that, or things coming up?
Yeah, so right now we are in the schools doing a nutrition program. So working with the health classes, we have 4 schools that we're doing right now. So working with showing them what macronutrients and micronutrients are, using My Plate to build balanced meals, how to read food labels. We do a section on mental health and kind of how your physical health, mental health, all of that comes together for your overall health strategies to deal with that, especially kids in school, learning how to manage stress. So we work with that, as well as just more holistic, how everything comes together to hopefully build healthier habits.
Okay, so when you mention some of the things when it comes to the vaccinations, health, education, you guys do that all here too, right? And that's kind of part of your role. Can you give some insight into that?
Yeah, so everything that we do is centered around education. So vaccination is a big part of our nursing department, being able to prevent and promote health and reduce disease. So some of that comes with vaccines. We promote healthy habits like hand washing, how to stay healthy through nutrition. So health education is really interwoven through everything that we do, so people know how to be healthier, prevent disease, prevent illness. And I know we kind of talked off screen about this, but really our health as a community, as a whole nation, has taken a turn from being mostly infectious disease related deaths to now chronic disease. So as much as we like to prevent infectious diseases from happening, we really have to shift to focus on that chronic disease development. So working both with infectious and chronic disease is a big part of what we do
Yeah,
here.
like you said, it's a lot of prevention, which
Yeah.
is great that you're doing all these different programs that people. And are these programs also free, or
Uh,
do you have to pay for those programs?
Yeah, so for vaccines,
Mhm.
we have a couple different programs that are funded through the
Oh,
state.
nice. Okay.
So Vaccines for Children
Mhm.
is a program where if you are underinsured or do not have insurance, they can offer those childhood vaccines for you. And then we also have a program for adults that can offer those free vaccines. The health programs that we're doing right now
Yeah.
for physical activity, those are all also free.
Oh, good. Okay.
So
That's great.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And
finding.
do people have to register for them too? Like I was thinking about that, the walk-in, or can they just show up? Or
So the walk-in group, you can just show up for because
nice.
there's outside, so
Yep,
we have
yeah.
limited
space. Yep.
But for Pilates, we are doing it right now in the basement of the health
Oh, okay.
department.
Yep.
So there is a sign up if you go on our social media. So there's a link tree through the Instagram, Healthy Ashtabula County, and through our Facebook where you can go and sign up for a spot for Pilates.
Yep.
And then the same with the yoga classes.
That sounds great. Yeah, it seems like you have a lot of different things that people can do. Where do they find information about this? Do you guys have social media that you post those items on?
Yeah,
or website?
so we have there's the Healthy Ashtabula, which is related to the community health needs assessment. So that's a lot of the physical activity, the nutrition related to that kind of chronic disease and obesity side, as well as mental health and things like that. So that's Healthy Ashtabula County on Instagram and Facebook. And then we also have the Ashtabula County Health Department, which has a Facebook, our website, and an Instagram as well.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's great. So is there anything else you want to share that you think you've missed, or anything? You kind of covered everything, I think, from that end. So many great things.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Ashtabula and Lake County, for listening in on this. But yeah, thank you so much for just giving me all this information. Like I said, I didn't know about all the programs. I knew about a few of them, but that's super exciting. So I really appreciate your time on that.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. See you next time. Bye.